Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's going to be reviewing a Ford Expedition Timberline. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Ford Lincoln here in Draper, Utah for giving me some time with this car. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood we have a twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy 16 around town and then 19 on the highway, with power outputs being 440 horsepower and then 510 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see how it's raised on either side just like the F-150. And then popping down below, we've got these cool LED lights, and I like this C-shaped daytime running light that wraps around. And then notice how it's darker here with the grille, including the Ford logo. And then you do have some of the orange accenting as part of the Timberline package, or copper is what some of you might call it. But putting it all together, I think this has a really cool look, especially with like the skid plate there at the bottom. It just makes it look like a Raptor SUV. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 265, 70, 18 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see with the wheels completely blacked out, and we've got real all-terrain tires, chunky all-terrain tires at that. And then you got these fixed side steps, blacked out mirror cap, and you guys can see the chrome trim there at the bottom with the Timberline logo. And then here is your full side view with the Expedition. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function, remote start. We also have the opening for the hatch and the Ford logo there on the back. And then popping into the rear, you guys can see we have a decent amount of cargo space behind the third row, and then get more underneath. We have these buttons right here. So the third row you can fold down automatically and raise up automatically. With the second row, you can only fold it down. And as of right now, to my knowledge, you still cannot get the Timberline in the Max version. So this is the version you can only get the Timberline in. Anyways, when you're all done, just press that and that will lower the hatch right back down. Just a quick look at the taillights, then you guys can see again with the copper accenting and then Timberline down below. Parking sensors here at the bottom as well. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the overall design here with the Timberline. Now taking a look at the door panel, we've got soft touch here at the top. You can see the stitching that matches the accenting on the outside, and then more padding down below, and then tons of storage. And then again with the copper accenting there, and then perforated all down the center portion. Then we do have a bunch of manual adjustments. Now legroom here in the second row is really good. We also have a little storage pocket. We've got some cup holders, our own climate zone. We have heated seats and some charging ports and some storage down below. And then headroom back here is really good. We have some vents here on the top. And then as for the third row, you can see it looks just as nice as the second row, how it's perforated, has all of the stitching. You can easily fit adults back there. That's one of the nice things about these larger SUVs. Now taking a look at the front door panel, you guys can see again soft touch here, and look at the stitching that goes through, and then you've got more soft touch down below. All of our window controls, we do have our mirror adjustments. The mirrors do power fold in. Also have memory seats, and then blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. And if you're wondering, payload capacity is 1,405 pounds. Then here's a quick look at the front seat again with all of the stitching and perforations. Power adjustments here on the side, got our pedal layout, which is pretty cool. And then we have our pedal adjustment here. And then notice there with the light control, and also on the side here, this is cool. I like that little Easter egg. Anyways, back to here. We've got that tilt lower down the seats, the hatch, and then again with more of the copper accents. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see soft touch all around, and then you've got the contrasted stitching here, and I like this trim at the bottom. Got all of our controls to the center stack. We got our adaptive cruise control as well. Then you guys can see turn signal, windshield wiper stock. Full digital gauge cluster here in the center, and so I can scroll through a bunch of different menus here with the gauge cluster. We also have the drive mode select. So we have a bunch of off-road modes basically, and then you also have on-road modes as well, and then practical stuff like the tow haul mode that you saw. We do have a 360 camera system here, so you'll notice the bird's eye view, and then you got the backup view with direction on the turn steering wheel, and you do have other camera views that you can go through as well if you so desire. As for the rest of the infotainment system, notice, I don't know why the cooled seat is on. We do have dual zone climate, heated and ventilated seats, so nice luxury feature there. And then notice like the main portion of the screen, and then if you press this home screen button, it'll pull down this tab with more options to go through, and then you have that for the camera to turn that on. And then you have this little tab here, which you can pull down even more stuff with the infotainment system. So there's a lot going on, but once you get used to it, you get used to it. Again with the trim on the dash, then we do have a double glove box just like the F-150. I like that on the outside though, with the finish. 12 volt here, trailer brake controls from the factory, also your Pro trailer. Wireless phone charging pad, and then the dial shifter here for the 10-speed automatic, rear locking differential, drive mode select here with our drive line select. It does have a 2-speed transfer case, and it does have 4-wheel auto as well. And then we have your hill climb assist, and then your parking sensors, a couple cup holders, and then, ooh, it's a big center console. And I guess last but not least, we do have a panoramic center. Now here's a quick look at the window sticker for this Expedition Timberline. You guys can see all the standard equipment, the options on this particular one. Total MSRP, $83,810. And let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood, both the mirrors, do a blind spot monitoring, and then throughout the rest of the rear. And let's go on an Expedition in the Expedition Timberline. This is the best Expedition to go on Expeditions in, because it's, well, it's the off-roader variant. But yeah, I'm really excited to finally do a review on the 24 Timberline. This is my favorite package currently on the Expedition because it's the off-road variant. I always like the off-road versions of any vehicle. Now obviously I know some of you are kind of sad that you can't get a max version, or if that's changed let me know, but I don't think you can get a max with the Timberline. But I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? If it's supposed to be the off-road package, then it wouldn't really make sense, I guess, for it to come in the longer version. But you know, Chevy with the Suburban lets you get the Z71 package, so maybe Ford should do it just to sell more, right? But first off, seat comfort's really good. I do like these perforated leather seats. I like the texturing on them too. This is the type of leather that, you know, typically holds up better over time, so I think that's another big positive with this. And cabin insulation's good too. It's pretty dang quiet. It's a windy day today, and yeah, it's good with the insulation. Also, this is a random thing, but if you guys ever want me to do reviews on some of these commercial Fords, like the 650 for example, let me know in the comment section below, and I can work with the Ford and Draper to arrange some sort of review with some of these commercial type trucks. Random thing in this Expedition review, but figured I'd bring it up while I'm down here, because Ford Draper does, as you can see, a ton of stuff with the commercial side of things. Good torque. Love this EcoBoost engine so much. Yeah, it's such a good powertrain. Yeah, tons of torque. And yeah, it's just comfortable. Usually you see like someone in the general vicinity that's like crossing, but I don't see anyone. So someone crossed and then they just disappeared. It's a conspiracy. But yeah, anyways, continue along the Expedition. This is comfortable. I like it. I like how this drives. It's very, very comfortable. So I think they've done a good job with the setup here with the suspension, right? Call all of that. I think it's very well done. And see how this does over the little bump. Pretty good. Well, continuing along here, we will get another acceleration. Yeah, this engine is so monstrous. Really good powertrain. And so to cap things off, I think this is comfortable. I think it looks really cool on the outside. Again, this is the Raptor. I mean, obviously the Bronco Raptor is the Raptor SUV, but that thing must be broken. It's still going. Yeah, this is the true Raptor SUV. So let me know what you guys think about the Expedition Timberline, and let me know if you think if Ford should do a, you know, max version of this. Do you think that, you know, they should, yeah, do the bigger version, just like what Chevy does with the Suburban Z71? Let me know your thoughts.